ta follow le telela lafta nga follow demendo coming yasata nyaming hani bi APRC la call kono tumando bato ila kachal men kake platform to lalto ini mol ka nyomo ila hani bi patio kono la fake nyini nga men na kacha nyin that specifically what is it that you are hearing ibe mun moy kan APRC patio dingol bulu about ya Jammeh nyin nako do you think that they really believe that genuinely that Jammeh is going to come, is going to return in about 10 days or in this month because we have like 10 days left.
Ha, so nte kame moy party to, aning amang keko nkame moy drone nem. Party supporters all be busy rin ne ka preparation all ke pour nim president Jammeh nata. Mba bendu na nyameng, mba jia la nyameng, mansa kundanim president Jammeh be doko kenola nyameng going forward. Bo bebe ke kan ne konoto APRC konoto aning ngalom fanang APRC mol soto la mele alonko. Maybe ni mansa kunda be diamo ka mawolong. Bare supporters all ya believe le 100% ko president Jammeh binala le. Lungo men na binala, ana binala nyameng ma wole long because president Jammeh ma for APRC dingol ya ko ni wato fongo sutiata nang aba fola supporters all ye ala tama nyabe kala nyameng lungo men na bina wato men na bina bare president Jammeh momenti amanke ko mome yalan ko asenano tenting multa kalamta be kolyala sa keno barabe kolyala le because ni keta mansa kewti sinya killing e keta mansa kewality for faw bo buka boyto and banko keta dame mansa kewti for adiate le bang fa ku yate le bang it all be secure la for the rest of your life it hata dulad la mansa kundame mbije wala be security provide la na keta official duty fanandila it all be tamand nyanin fengol be dile la bo APRC supporters all believe 100% ko president Jammeh bina because among mulahi defender amanna ke bare yalo quand même fo moka fole ala fanan ka kala doku kele on the other side and ala la doku le kala bang bo we 100% believe ko abinala le before end of November
but lavake nyininga damendo allow believe alias sembe menna because this is not the first time that nga kankularo moy ko ya Jammeh binala this was way before janin kate fo be silon 2021 jenung sinya Jammeh la welcoming back aso build the data bengol sorota and everything so I just want to understand if you can help us and the listeners purka understand membe mutaring patio dingol bulu ninko patio dingol I'm talking about APRC why do you think it's different this time?
It's different this time because what more Molle kawuli non nek e ka foko president Jammeh bina nkatala welcoming homecoming rally le organize nkatala nyine rally le organize kata ka fo ECOWAS African Union ani UN ko president Jammeh nyanta nala le al nyanta silo bondila le but president Jammeh fango nene ma fo moye that time ko ha binala le in August wala binala le in December and nene ma fo no moye before this is the first time ate fango diamota ko mole ko binala le before end of November. Yeah, moile. Yo, but that's why this time round, supporters all, even Melmanke APRC supporters all, many Gambians are energized. Yeah, mo kwa binala rek, dula be jijata one time. So the difference is what more. Ntolle ka wuli nun ka foko mbitala homecoming rally organize la. Mbitala nyim program sifa organize la. But President Jammeh fango nene mafono moe ko. Binala le nyin kari nangam nyin date nangam and ma phone this time round it's different because ako before end of November bina bare president Jammeh mo hada madingol ning Adam Barrow ka ko okay sang Dakota ko bina bare pour que la security da nyama anila accommodation you have to wait till the 5th of December wala 15th of December abe batunale you understand le because adiata president Jammeh amandia president Jammeh adiata Adam Barrow amandia Adam Barrow President Jammeh Mugambia dingolati. Bankute dunia kono that turns away their citizen. If you do it, you're doing it illegally because citizen yinta kenola statement. Nae anything keme mandia then you can sort that one out. You say ujube no. Yo, but nako abina because of our status momenti, bankola nyantolem puruka receive peacefully, ka security provide and until they mena it only feng offense of President Jammeh to. Until that day, ya moy ko court ko the jury ko guilty, Fengo fem ex-presidential benefit as enshrined in our constitution. Inyanta odilal. Yeah, moile. So this time around, Molia believe Bakele because of President Jammeh Fangolafo. So that's why preparation will be caring Purka receive Nanata. Thank you.
Okay. Ibrahim is going to come in a bit with a question. I just want to press you on one point that you mentioned. You mentioned that Gambia Dingolemu, he has the right to come back. I think there's no dispute about that. The fact that Gambia, if you want to come to Gambia, the doors should be open. But you can understand that Atala case is slightly different in the sense that just like Yafo Jammeh, he's the former president, and that there are very serious allegations against him. Coupled with the fact that we had a truth and reconciliation process me alonko kujamale be many alonko jamme mansongala aman nimiso express about them. So I guess that's one thing that I wanted to seek your opinion on before Ibrahim comes.
Tonyale allegation all ketale allegation all bijele still Mansakunda can still investigate or advance those allegations on. Is that for no President Jammeh ko ha afota janne ko itele nyinni ke woto mbe charge la for XYZ. Womo Mansakunda la prerogative lati. Yeah. Okay. Yo womatin na President Jammeh tina hanna ketala passport or expire mo se travel no by travel document o kadadale in the space of 30 minutes 1 hour. Yo so allegation on nanata ilafta ka o landia nyato. They can do that. But reconciliation on nanata complete la nim platform man provide President Jammeh fango si animole kacha. So President Jammeh na is another opportunity. Nakita mol lafta to bring a closure to ala case sol. Barole nyantala na facilitate la aina si ya kacha. Whether they're gonna have an interview with him like they did to other witnesses. Foi ba kela kudo letibang. Aina dorong animole kacha, then we take the country forward. Na it's almost like hanna kita alia trial in absentia. Wo question no better la yel ha ya samba court la ataraja. Jumale alon fo ya tapalele tamandi o court case to for manket ya tamanda nyamale. Those questions will still linger. So na kita reconciliation on puru mole full reconciliation soto. President Jammeh na lebo sabunola. Reconciliation yake moja mala case ni membije was closed no.
Ibrahim, go ahead.
Yes. So I mean baraka bake lafe nyini kalale obviously yalo ne luwa karanne ntenga luwa domanding karanne aning uncle mbay fanam bija luwa fanan karan domanding kel. Ntengi be yalo nako at the end of the day fanang Jammeh ko is very critical, but also the concept of reconciliation cannot be a substitute for justice. You get very clearly ko Jammeh coming Mansakunda Abelalo Blokono, but Jammeh represents for some people Jammeh, especially alleged victim soul, he represents trauma, some of those people because of some of the allegations ko ay minke wala dol fal father dol bal father karam da dinol minke to kudo anin kujama dal allegation, and for some people some segment of the society dol bije Jammeh hani bi babile mansalamadi molo mi yalon ko ilaftala le kendeke. So let me how do we reconcile these two? That on one hand, to hold Jammeh accountable for the alleged violations and in two, also in competing stakeholders, including APRC supporters, after Jammeh kendeke after la sen and Gambia.
Yeah, so first and foremost, Matinga dati Jammeh fenkoto combien même for victim soul bijele modul lafitala mo lafita justice la modul ba support can still so nga Jammeh ko jube nyameng. Let's start with security situation because nga mo ka foko ala na is a security threat. I 100% understand trauma. The victims Melia Lonko, they're genuine victims of his government, and government is to know Melia Lonko, you will not have victims. But genuine victims of his government, they will have trauma and totally understand that having done personnel management and manage people all my life since childhood, I know for a fact ko ni mo a bad experience soto, that emotion is reinforced much stronger than a positive experience sometimes. It can follow ko ila emotional experience, if it's negative, in for the rest of your life, most of it. So with those victims, I 100% sympathize with, because it will be disingenuous kafoko mansakundata tajele for 22 years. I'm more wrong. Hani mansakunda membije for 1 year ni oxygen banta lockdown auto. And you have no genuine reason why among oxygen supply sort of that is negligence on behalf of the government. Ni more farther from that situation, the government should be sued for it. You understand? But Jammeh fangomu peaceful moleti. And naketa Jammeh manke peaceful moti. Tendum be Mbekacha menke can be regarding the Gambia would have been different. Maybe in Sierra Leone experience or mbe dia kachala be. Maybe Liberia experience mbe kachala be. Molka fole ko Jammeh boritale because of ECOWAS le ko iba attack la. Maybe because more malo membe mo kungo kono wala miro kono. But na konung tita dula tendum be maybe we're still in a civil war for all you know. So where it and like Jammeh is a peaceful party. And Jammeh la audio be moy, ala diamo be moy. Akafole ko bankola tanko is paramount. It's very important. So Alana is not going to threaten anybody. Trauma, I understand that it's going to happen. It's going to trigger people. Already, it's triggering people, Jandi Bajela, especially Niaje. But I have a feeling Gambia la majority still will give Jammeh an open door for him to return.
Okay. So,
majority, because of Munabe caring, Gambia be nun damen kunung, and in Gambia be damen B, Mole Ajeleko, yes, Gambia was the quality of livelihoods that we had before Barrow came, and in B, Afatata Bakele. So a lot of Gambians say Ajeleko, okay, yes, Molko President Jammeh XYZ, but at a time more, a lot of things men face can be in Buka face nun Jammeh Latamo. So this is why people still welcoming Bruna Natarek. It's good for Banko Nyingi reconcile once and for all. Nga unite nga tanga Banko do ko nyama.
But
I'm
gonna
okay, Ibrahim, go ahead.
So Lamin, are you saying ila position is that reconciliation or but reconciliation to sort of take the place of rule of law and accountability in the sense of okay, ning allegation will be the proman sakunda so wala nga lua lata nyaming in terms of some of the allegations belari in Jamaica you know, or are you just saying reconciliation mansakunda and the focus the world completely?
I think Abedam and B, it will be difficult to conclude because Malong Jammeh be munafola naketa iba interview lale wala he'll have a testimony idea. But from now, from Bedam and B looking at the situation, I think accountability nyanta kelale 100% accountability for the result lale in prosecuting Jammeh or not. Accountability nyanta kelale molia long juma wolle munke so that we don't experience the same thing again. All right? Nyanta kelale. So whether wobe kela prosecution or later is a different matter. Bontenga menji je wolem. Mol sita TRC le ikontelenga nyini but they're walking freely on Gambian soil.
It's true.
Yeah, so therefore, going forward, accountability nyanta kelele 100%. Ngalong jumale muneke. For tonya President Jammeh ya tumi menna I londo sotole jele bang for ate participate tale in the pre-planning or participate tale in the act or participate tale in the cover-up. We just want to know that. Yeah, na bota wato nga si nga jube kom banku dole ya kenyameng nga alfatia ta nyoe nga Gambia la nyato bindi we build the nation. If naketa government ko or there's compelling evidence by prosecutor or to government bonte fe reconciliation all be frankly because Gambia be dameng san cool dunta nyoko na like and the people melko ntel nga nyinin ke without President Jammeh metal key barola masakunda mantera all prosecution so if a Jammeh nyinela munela but we don't know Jammeh be munafola so it's difficult pour ka foko ha nyanta prosecute ni Jammeh natala ko ha nga kari de mem fatante ngalo ntel nga mol key nkoy ko altalia for no just cause. Then the state will say, all right, the evidence is too strong, too compelling. It depends.
Okay, Lamin, I think two things. I am tempted to bring Mr. Njai, but Lamin Bai. But I just want you to address a couple of issues. Then I bring Bai in.
Yeah.
You know, I think people watching would say, you know, maybe ika cool Sonia Ninyameng Amantara Wenyama.
Yeah.
In the sense that, okay, Tonyala truth consideration process less sorta, more natale fintide diamuda. But what is making all of this complicated and difficult is the fact that we've heard from Jammeh so many times, but we have never had him address the issues at the TRRC, the allegations against him. He has never addressed remorse. And maybe Nana Ranum I tend to more like, okay, maybe ngakele with the wrong information or whatever. I don't want to excuse whatever behavior menkeda. But the problem is we have not heard from Jammeh about this. He does not seem to sound remorseful about it. And still not Diamata, he sounds very threatening. You know, it's about I'm gonna come so I think you can understand why people are anxious about his coming back. And then just like you rightly said, I'm also we are aware allegedly that there are still people in the security forces, they are very loyal to him up to this day. So you can understand, I believe, why people are anxious, and you know, the vast majority of, at least based on the comments in Kamenja online, a lot of people don't want him to come, at least not now. Because Nana, as it's a recipe for chaos and violence. Can you understand that?
Yeah, I understand that, but I think 100% Momoko Jamela na represents chaos and violence. Wamari be mole silande kandrong. I think 100%. Then President Jammeh Nata and the states takes responsibility of providing him security. And then maybe I have some accommodation or they give him accommodation. There'll be absolutely nothing else that's going to happen apart from the fact that Tonya Nata, a lot of people will suddenly start heading towards our arrival to welcome him back. That's not going to threaten anybody's security. The state ninja merenyanta diamola, and look at how it's going to come. So molning ibemem fokanko Jammeh has not expressed remorse. Jammeh man platform soto among opportunities soto since about a mansayato abe diamola damen candidly ya nyininka questionola. WhatsApp diamoning campaign time, Diamo Mama Candela campaign is totally different from Ninin Jammeh Sita, and you have a formal meeting and you ask him questions about the allegations leveled against him.
Okay, I think that's a very, very good point. I had the lead counsel of the TRRC here, Esafal, and then I asked why Jammeh was not at the TRRC. You know, I reason Mendy. I think I will leave that to the lawyers. But thank God, the lawyers sort of Jammeh. You know, a practicing legal person, lady, ex-magistrate Lamin Bay. Lamin Bay was the principal magistrate at the Banjul Magistrates Court. I do KJ for so many years. Bankola high-profile cases Jamal El Furatama Wato Menabinje. Not